Hi, I'm April Henry, and I'm here to tell you about the 3 true stories behind my book, Blood Will Tell. The first is Multnomah County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue. When I heard that a friend's daughter was volunteering there, I thought, well, I know what search and rescue does. They look for people who are lost in the woods. But it turns out our group is different for 2 reasons. One is that it is 90% teens. The second is that 30% of what they do is crime scene evidence recovery. Anytime there's an outdoor crime scene in the Portland area, it is the teens who go out and recover the evidence, and sometimes they even recover bodies. I thought, I have to write about these kids. The second story was inspired by a kid named Tim who lived in Colorado. He was walking to school through a vacant lot and saw what he thought was a mannequin. He didn't tell anybody about it. He just went to school. A couple of hours later, an adult bicyclist also saw what he thought was a mannequin, but he called 911, and it turned out to be the body of a murdered woman. When the police questioned Tim about it, they felt it strange that he hadn't said anything about it. And when they searched his room, they found a hunting knife. And when they looked at his papers, they found that he liked to draw what they thought were very violent drawings. He ended up serving 11 years for murder, even though there was no evidence that connected it to it. And it wasn't until he had been in prison for that amount of time that they found DNA evidence on the woman's body that proved that he could not have done it. The third case was about a guy who was a millionaire. He was robbed, tied up, and he died during the course of the robbery. They didn't mean to kill him, he just died. And during the autopsy, they swabbed underneath his fingernails, and they came up with DNA that matched a known felon. That guy was arrested. He kept saying he didn't do it. And it wasn't until 5 months later that they realized that he had been in the hospital the night of the murder and he actually hadn't done it. But his DNA was on the murdered man's fingers. It wasn't a mistake. And when I found out how that happened, I thought it was so fascinating. I had to put it in a book. So those are the 3 stories that make up Blood Will Tell. Thanks.